So you've been here for 5 years, and at this point, you guys are still sort of in that playoff race, fighting for that final spot. How does this kind of compare to this point in the year, last year or 2 years ago, or the duration of the time you've been here?
Yeah, I mean, at this point last year we had, I think, 2-3 wins. So, you know, and we have 8 wins. So, huge improvement from last year. I think maybe 4 years ago we had a good start with Perry, and then we kind of dropped the ball around this time. So I think teams start to, you know, develop into their identity around this time, and if points are going your way, then you really have a chance to get into the playoffs.
What has the energy been like at practice the last couple of weeks there?
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. I think we haven't really steered away from what we've been doing the whole year. You know, rotating players and working hard at training, and you know, I think the results were just waiting to come, and now they're kind of dropping a little bit. You know, it's obviously lifts the spirits.
You mentioned results. That's two good wins in a row. Las Vegas was on a hot streak. Louisville, obviously, one of the perennial best teams. How do those results kind of shape that feeling and training and your perspective as a team going into the last 10 games of the season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you beat the number 1 team in the league, and it kind of gives you all the confidence to go and beat anybody. So, you know, that proves to us that we can beat any team in this league, and it's just a matter of executing the game plan on game day.
How does the mentality, maybe the ambition in training now, compared to what it was maybe a couple months ago at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I don't think that really changes much. I think, you know, when you're a competitor, you're always striving for the best results possible, regardless of what's going on. I think, you know, when results don't go your way, it's easy to, you know, start going in a different direction mentally or as a team, and I think that we did, or we are kind of in that process of digging ourselves out of that hole that we created in the first half of the season.
It seems like the road has been where it's been a little bit more of a struggle. How do you use like two big wins like you just got to be able to kind of maybe provide a little bit more motivation to go and get that result on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the road we've been unfortunate in some games. Like in Sacramento, we had some big chances, you know, and that's a big team. Where we could have stolen that point. So yeah, I mean, I think the road is an interesting situation. They're used to that pitch. There's a lot of variables in every city you go to. There's something different that makes that field special, or kind of gives it the home court advantage, let's say, home field advantage. So it's just about adjusting, and if you can, you know, put away your chances and be good in defensive set pieces, especially as far as Detroit goes, then I think we'll be okay.
What was your focus this week in training?
We kind of had a light week in training, just kind of recovering because we have a big stretch coming up. So, you know, just kind of recover the body and get ready for the travel and a hard surface in Detroit, and, you know, be prepared to pop when you get there.
I'll start?
Sure. Obviously, big couple of wins for you guys. How has that sort of boosted the team's mentality going into a crucial stretch of the season?
I feel like it's very important because it gives us confidence to go in Detroit and try to do what we have been doing lately.
Has the energy felt different the last couple of weeks?
Yeah. I feel like the environment, the guys, you know, everyone is just happy and confident, relaxed and focused at the same time.
You guys feel like you could beat anybody?
Yeah, we challenge. Yeah.
You've had a couple of great weeks personally, a couple of assists, team of the week twice in a row now. How does that feel for you to be seeing that kind of your effort translate in those ways on the pitch?
Yeah, I feel like it's so important, you know, more especially for the team. And if the team is doing good, you know, the individual things, they're gonna come. Yeah. So I'm very happy now we're going on this way, this winning ways. I feel like it's so important. So every individual stuff, they're gonna come to us. Yeah.
When you play on a team that is so new, with so many new faces, how has it been recently? Do you feel like you've been gaining more chemistry with the guys on the team, or is that something that's improved these last few weeks?
Yeah, because during the starting it was difficult for all of us because so many new guys from different places, and I feel like now we get the understanding, know each other and know we have to go out to run to defend at the same time. So I feel like now the chemistry is good between us.
What are going to be some keys for you guys to go out and get a crucial point or 3 points on the road in Detroit?
Yeah, just the same thing. The coach always told us, like, enjoy and focus at the same time. So we're gonna go the same way against Louisville, against LAFC, and so we're gonna go the same way.
So obviously, really turned things around in the last couple weeks. Just wondering, besides the fact that the team seems to look a lot better at home, like what exactly changed from that Rhode Island loss into the last 2 wins?
Yeah, I thought the first half of the Rhode Island game wasn't a bad performance. It wasn't our best, but it wasn't bad, and we easily could have walked out of that at 1-1 at halftime. Thought the second half was really poor, and we've kind of been like that all year, where we've been a little inconsistent between halves. I thought the Vegas game was as close to a 90-minute dominant performance as we've put on all year. I thought there were 5 or 6 goals that easily could have come from that game. And I thought Louisville, we were going toe-to-toe for the most part. They probably had a little bit better of the game before that red card. But the fact that we were going toe-to-toe and hanging on long enough for something to finally break our way, quite frankly, was a really good sign of just growth in general.
What exactly do you think is maybe one of the contributing factors to the fact that the record is so much better at home?
I think the home support. I think the crowd, I've been saying it since I got here, the home support is really good at this club, and it's only getting better. I got so many messages just from around the community, the kids' friends, parents, and things like that. Just people are enjoying going to the games right now. It's an entertaining brand of soccer, and and we're beating some really good opponents. A team that was 11 unbeaten, and then the clear top team in the East.
Have you noticed different energy in practice the last couple weeks?
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot more smiles, more relaxed, but still focused. I think some of the pressure's coming off, some of the pressure that we felt to change everything this year that unfortunately we had gone through over the years at this club. I think now we're realizing that we're making meaningful progress, and we're accepting of the fact that that's eventually going to grow into sustained results.
You mentioned how much the fans matter at home. Obviously, this league means it's hard to take the fans with you on the road.
Yes.
So what else can you do on the road to kind of turn that around a little bit and get those results?
I think the way we approach the game on the road, we need to be far more aggressive. We tried to be conservative, and we lost a lot of games to top teams. New Mexico, Charleston, Sacramento, 1-0, where we were in the game, we took over the game, but we just didn't have that critical moment. I think we need to be more aggressive and go for it. If we lose 3-1, we lose 3-1, but we need to hit teams on the road. We need to score goals on the road.
I know there's been situations that have obviously been out of your control. Is there any concern that at this point in the season the results away from home still haven't come, or you have faith that they're on the way?
No, Birmingham was encouraging because we were down. We had kind of a flat half, and we popped in the second half. And, I thought we were unlucky maybe not to get a third even in that half. So that's really encouraging. That's a sign of growth. That's a good team. That's a playoff team every year, and we were able to take a point out of there from down 2 goals. Not just another sign of growth. That's the only word on my mind right now as I see this group gelling and growing, and some of the young guys just showing their talent now. Like they've really turned the corner.
What's the impact Mamadou has on this team's success?
Tremendous, because he takes so much of the pressure off Michi to be the goal scorer, the goal provider, the kind of everything on the attacking end. Now Mo's shouldering a lot of that responsibility, and he scored 2 huge goals against Louisville. That could be the turning point in our season. That could be the difference between in or out at the end of the year. So for a 19 just turned 20-year-old guy to be shouldering that is really impressive, and I don't think he'll be here long.
Can you put into perspective what a win like the one you had against Louisville does to a program?
Absolutely. I mean, the owners were down on the field celebrating. I mean, it's just a lot of relief and, okay, we're making progress, we're getting there, we're growing finally, because they've put so much into this. That you see the beautiful new facility here and across the street, and you know, we've made major investments in players and staff, and you know, they deserve it more than anybody for continuing to just swing away and try to get this thing right.
And from a coaching standpoint, I mean, it must be a rewarding feeling that, hey, this is something that it means we're doing something right?
We're on the right track. Yeah. Not satisfied, never satisfied. If you are, you'll slide backwards, but we're on the right track, and I do see us growing.
Maybe beginning of the season, would you have seen this squad bouncing back in the way that they have in these last 2 weeks, or is that a mentality that's sort of improved a little bit?
Yeah, we've constantly changed the locker room chemistry, and that's been part of the difficulty in the first year. We don't want guys here who are accepting of, you know, not winning games consistently. We don't want guys who are accepting of taking a play off. We just can't accept those things if we're going to close at such fine margins at this level. We need guys that are going to roll their sleeves up and fight for each other every week.
Yeah, obviously there's been a ton of change in that, and the 11 and the 18 and everything you've brought week in, week out. Do you think you're getting closer to finding what a more, you know, consistent lineup might be, or are you kind of content just keeping changing and finding what works?
We're closer, but I feel like we have 14 or 15 guys in one way, shape, or form that we can trust. So we can change our starting lineup reliably with 1 or 2 changes. We can absorb an injury like Becky's a little bit better than we would have been able to, you know, say 2 months ago.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah,
awesome.